Hello everyone, and welcome to Silverstone League Race qualifying. So there's of course then Apex Online Racing for the qualifying session for what's my home Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix of course, Silverstone. And well, looking forward to this one then. I've done more practice for this race. I felt like I needed to make up for the last couple of poor races. So did a bit more practice, probably somewhere about 5 or 6 hours worth, maybe a bit more, maybe up to 8 hours. So just certainly more than I've been doing, more than about 3 or 4 hours I've been doing. So yeah, we've got more practice and we definitely feel more confident on this track. And last season, of course, I got beaten by 6/10 by Onage to pole. So this isn't one of my best circuits for sure, but I'm hoping that I can get a win here. If not, let's get some solid points and at least be on the podium. So here we go then. We're looking for a 0.4 first sector, a 0.5 middle sector, and then hopefully a low 28 at the end of the lap then. So absolutely full throttle first corner. And I'll try not to do a bit of a track guide. It's still hard for me to do. I'm used to doing track guide, but we will do that, of course, later in the video with the super slow-mo lap. So this is, of course, the first lap then. So much like Lewis Hamilton does, I don't tend to push to the absolute limit on the first lap. This lap I decided to push a little bit harder, purely because as we learnt in Monaco, sometimes the first lap is the best lap, and as Hamilton, of course, learnt the hard way in his career, or in his recent races, really. So 0.5 first sector, pretty good, but I can do a 0.4, and I have actually done a 0.3, a little bit wide there. I have actually done a 0.3, but I only did that once, so I'm not expecting to get a 0.3. But I've done a 0.4 a few times, 0.5 quite often, so 0.4 is a good one, 0.5 is okay, especially for the first lap. And I say a couple of adjustments there, that's going to push me wide right off the track there actually. Wasn't a great corner there at all, certainly not the fastest way through there. So it needs to head up for the next lap, and absolutely flat through here. Taking quite a sweet line through here, again a couple of corrections on the steering wheel there, a little bit wide again. So not perfect through here either. The rest is wide open now, so it's a 0.6, so I mentioned a 0.5 is good through there. Less than that really, I mean a 0.4 is even better. But 0.5 is pretty good, so again still about 10th down, so not bad middle sector, but not the best. And here we go then into the final sector. It's pretty good so far. That's taking a lot of speed through there. That's what we need to do. Nail throttle on the exit. This looks good. Okay, it's already down to 28.0 then, and then we go 28.4. So not a bad opening lap. I'm happy with that. And my PB before this was actually a 0.2. No, sorry, 0.1 with a theoretical best of 27.9, but I'm not expecting to be able to get that. So 0.4, not bad, but I'm hoping to definitely be able to improve that then. So here we go on the second lap. Full throttle first corner once again. And try and just improve on that lap in every way if I can. I've been in the garage. I haven't showed it here. Actually, I might show it next time. But I've been in the garage. I had a look at the sector times. And I know where I need to improve, of course. The first sector we saw there. Middle sector was already pretty good, but I'm sure we can improve on that as well on the final sector a little bit as well. So it's all sectors. And there we go, almost a 10th first sector then, so that's definitely a 0.4 there. So a good first sector, that's already a 10th found, so that's very good. I was hoping for a 0.3 in quali. I mean, obviously, the more the better, but a 0.3 I'd have been happy with. So we'll see then, we're currently on 0.4, not good enough. So we'll see if we can push now and get an even better time then. So Jem's managed to go between me and Kiflat, and there's another guy's line second. I think that's Furkan off the top of my head. So there's a couple of guys here, so I'm being pushed down to 4th already, so I certainly need to improve my time. And it's been a tidy lap so far, that's for sure. Very close to a corner cut there, but pretty tidy. And here we go then, what's the time going to be? It's actually purple, almost 2 tenths up then, so I found another 10th in middle sector. So this will be definitely a 0.2. Well, not definitely, but if I'm going to nail this final sector, it'll be a 0.2. A little bit wide there, I missed my apex. That's not what I want to be doing. But hopefully we can carry some good speed through this final corner. We'll still be up by at least a 10th. And that's pretty good. Yep, should be up by at least a 10th then, so full throttle for the run to the line. And what is the time? It is a 1 minute 28.268 then, so a 10th and a half up, lost half a 10th in that final sector. And here we go then. So 2.5 tenths down on Kiffer, that puts back up to 2nd place, but Gems instantly managed to improve, and here we go, sector time is 0.490, so I can improve on that, but that was already pretty good. Middle sector, 36.999, again, good. Can improve on it slightly, but that's one of the better times I've done, and a 0.7 final sector. I've done 0.6s in the final sector, so can improve small amounts in all sectors, mainly the final sector though, and Kiffer there just absolutely monstered the final sector. That's where he really beat me. I can tell you from previous analysis that Kiffer, we were level coming into that into the final sector. We were absolutely level, and then he just yeah, he dominated me in the final sector, but that's because he's running higher wings, I believe, so fair enough. So here we go then. So this time I thought we'd show you my entire outlap, because for me this is what, you know, I really enjoy qualifying, and I feel like previously I hadn't got across my videos, hence me doing a dedicated qualifying video, not analysis of it. And this lap for me is really important. This is a pressure building lap. So you've sat in the garage for 2 or 3 minutes, you look at the sector times, you know where to improve, you know you can nail a lap, you know, particularly this time, you know you've done a good lap at 0.2. That's a good lap. I'm happy with that lap, but I want to improve it. I know I can do better. I can do better. I have done better, but not by a lot. So I'm just going to have to absolutely go for it on this final lap. So this lap, you just think about what you're doing, being very, very, particularly in this track, very, very gentle on the tyres. You've probably seen me do already. Just there, you see, very, very slow. Just taking it so easy. Managing the gaps to the cars ahead as well. It's quite a gap at the moment, but you can see there's 3 cars bunched up quite heavily. So they will probably back off, so I will need to try and create a bit of a gap. See on the right side, their tyres are pretty much warmed up now. You don't really need to warm them at all in Silverstone. Like I said, I'm absolutely cruising. So the front left particularly, look at that, that's already well warm. And we're only, well, half through this lap, so no cars behind me, so I will be the final car as well, which I do like being the final car. Bit of extra pressure, but I do like it, and I'm just backing off now. Wouldn't want to back up quite so much as that, because the car in front, look, he's backed off quite heavily from the car in front of him as well. So I'm going even slower through here than I normally would. Going to Rich then. I should have gone to Rich a bit earlier, actually, to burn as much fuel as I possibly can. Absolutely full throttle in the straight then. And here we go. It's just 20 seconds left. I should have enough time to, that's the other thing I'm watching, of course. Making sure I've got enough time left to get to the line, and I shouldn't have too many issues with that. And here we go then. So coming into the final corner now, we need to absolutely nail this exit, get it all slowed down nicely, get it all turned in, on the throttle hard then, and here we go then. We are away for the final lap. Like I said, I just need to go hell for leather. Even if I crash the car, it really doesn't matter. If I spin, it makes no odds at all. I've already got a good lap out of it. I don't need this lap. This is a throwaway lap. I just need to improve if I can. If not, then it really doesn't matter what happens. So trying to nail these corners now. That was a sweet line through there. That was very good. Breaking out a little bit wide though. Missed my apex by a couple of meters there. You know, we're just touching that curve. Not quite on it, but very, very close to it. So lost a bit of time for me through there. That would possibly have been a low 4 through there. Possibly even a 0.3 if I nailed that exit, but it's not going to be. There we go. Not much down at all though. Just a 100th and a half. So I've matched my first sector time. I'll take that. A little bit wide there again than I would like, but it's not too bad as long as you nail the exit, which I've absolutely managed to do. And on further analysis of this lap, I can tell you right here, I was half a tenth up on my previous best overall. So far, I was half a tenth up. And I can tell you at this point, I was looking at the minimap, look at that white car. That's a car that's probably cut a corner, and it's auto driving, which is usually very slow. I'm just going to try and nail these corners now. So I'm already up. I didn't know this at the time, but I do now. And just turning too early there, though, and that's going to push me wide right out on the grass, and that's going to force me on the brakes, and that's lap over. I will carry on though just to see, and only just under a tenth down. I can tell you overall, with that mistake, I lost 2.5 tenths. I was about a tenth up coming into that corner on my previous lap, and by the end of that straight, I was 2.5 tenths down. No, sorry, I was a tenth and a half down. So overall in that mistake, I lost 2.5 tenths. So quite a lot of time then, but trying to nail this final sector here, just so I could improve it still. If I improved my time by a tenth in the final sector, I could improve my lap. So let's see, then it's 1 minute 28.3. So no, didn't manage to improve it. And I can tell you that was a tenth down in the end, so I would have been a tenth and a half up if I didn't make that mistake. But it wouldn't have made a difference to my lap time. You see there, managed to get third position then, just behind Kiffer and Jem. Jem did his PB, and Kiffer did a pretty solid lap there as well. So third on the grid, I'll take that, and only 3 thousandths ahead of Furkan behind then. So let's have a look at the setup. Those keen-eyed of you will have already seen a bit of a spoiler for the race. And 1-1 wings then. I tried higher wings, but I just absolutely... 1-1 wings was by far the fastest for me. 50-50 high large brakes then, so a bit unusual for me. Usually I run 51, but I felt I was getting a little bit of front locking, so I put that to 50-50. Usual 111 balance. Suspension 11-1-1-1 then, so 11-1 ride height, of course, gets you very good straight line speed, which helps definitely around this circuit. And 1-1 helps with grip as well. And gear ratio is just about like that. As usual, I like my long lower gears and short as possible higher gears. And a usual full left cam, but full right too then. So let's do our usual analysis of that best lap then. It was that middle lap that we saw. Even though the final lap was better, I've made that mistake, so I want to show you my middle lap in slow-mo, 50% speed then. So absolutely full throttle and run to the line, full throttle rear. Try not to cut the corner, it's very easy to do. I try and nail the curb, just about managed to avoid the cut there. Might have been very close. Those keen-eyed of you will notice 2 track extensions or track limit abuses on this lap. But there we go. 100 meter board there on the left hand side, braking, get it turned in nice and early. You want to be a bit not quite so wide as that, because you want to get a better exit really. Put it right back over to the right hand side, down to first, get it all turned in. Again, a little bit wide there. You can see me understeering, just about a meter wider. That you want to be just touching that curb and nail the throttle as early as you can, all over the curb here. Don't really want to be doing that, but you can get away with it as long as you're not wheel spinning there. So use lots and lots of curves. Use about 2/3 of your curves down to 150 at the bottom there. There we go. 150 up through the gears then. Up into 7th, of course, coming down the straight, as I think it's, was that Jem or Furkan on the left hand side there, getting nicely out of the way for me, so very generous of him there. First sector, of course, I was up, breaking half between the 100 meter board and 50 meter boards on the right hand side there, right down to 2nd gear. Let the rev slow you down, nail the apex nicely, get hard on the throttle on the exit. There we go, full throttle briefly, then get it very, you can see on the left hand side, they're very, very light on the brakes, because you do lock so easy because you are turning. Bit of a wide line, but then to get it in nice and tight to the apex, so you can nail the throttle straight in the wheel. I straightened the wheel a little bit too much of anything there. And that meant I had to rotate the car slightly while I was trying to get the power down, which wasn't ideal. Now, because of my gear issues, I use all of my curves here. Usually would save some for the other DRS zone, but I'm already well into the rev limiter in that DRS zone, so I've decided to use my curves here instead. I feel that's probably more beneficial. And absolutely flat this next corner is then, turning just before them 50-meter board there. And so close to a cut, and also so close to an extension, and that is a good advert for a league race in there. So, well, good advert for being fast in league racing, at least not cutting or extending, but pretty much taking it right to the limit through both the cut and the extension there. Absolutely full throttle for this right-hander here, and then just a little tap on the brakes there, down to 6th and 5th just to get it tended nicely again. So close to a cut there. To get a best line for this next corner, right down to 4th. Nail the throttle as early as you possibly can. Wasn't ideal, they ran a little bit wider than I would like, but I certainly got away with that. Still kept my wheels on the circuit there, and up to 6th. DRS is wide open now then. And at this point, of course, I was 2 tenths up there, purple, fastest of anyone. And as I mentioned before, my gear ratios, I do hit the rev limit of 199 miles an hour. We'll find out how many kilometers that is in just a second. There we go, 322 kilometers an hour. Braking just as you get to the 50-meter board on the left-hand side there. Right down to 3rd gear I go down just to make it turn in. As soon as you want to get on the throttle, quickly up to 4th gear. And then quickly through to 5th gear as well. Full throttle on the exit. And trying to nail the exit there up through to 6th gear then. And here we go, and braking just before the 100-meter board on the right-hand side, right down to 1st gear, get it all turned in. And I use lots of understeer here to stop the rear end stepping out. And little squirt of throttle in first set, straight up to 2nd once you've done with that. And then just try and avoid wheel spin on the exit here, very tricky to do. Absolutely full throttle for the front line then. And what is the time going to be? Well, we would know that, don't we? It's a 28.2. So there we go, and that was a lap around Silverstone, and look forward to the race in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye bye.